confession, guys. It's the first time I've done stand-up in 40 years. Should have worn Depends. Another confession, I'm one of those Rotary guys that Olivia talked about. And there are a mess of them in the middle of the room here. For those of you who don't know anything about Rotary, it's actually the biggest charitable fundraising organization in the world. More than 1.5 million members. And there are 9 Rotary clubs right here in Prague. A lot of Rotarians, though, are like me. Old. So old that when we fart, little puffs of dust come out. And because we came of age in the 60s and 70s, you know, the hippy-dippy 60s and 70s, we have some serious drug habits. I kid you not. Our drug use is off the charts. Seriously. Ibuprofen, Preparation H, Prozac, Ambien, Vagifem, Viagra. You name it, one of us is on it. Okay? Now our club, which is also the biggest one here in Prague, we have a lot of younger members too, because it's actually a lot of fun to be a member of Prague Rotary International, and there are good reasons to join. If you look around, you'll see part of this. We have people from 16 different countries in our club right now. And we do our meetings in English. And because of that, and because any Rotarian, anywhere, anytime, can go to any meeting they want, and we're in beautiful Prague, our club gets a ton of visitors, especially in the summer. So let me tell you a little story about that. A few years back, before COVID, I happened to be sitting at dinner one night with a woman visiting from California. Big woman, strong woman. Like she might as well have been visiting from the Russian Olympic women's team. Okay? She had that kind of husky steroidal voice to go with it too. But she was pretty. She was actually very pretty, blonde, very pretty. Like Bridget Nielsen in Rocky IV. You can figure that one out, right? So anyway, we get to chatting. She tells me she's in Prague for a convention that just finished up, and she's gonna take 2 or 3 days and just be a tourist. And then she leaned into me, and she lowered her voice, and she said, "And while I'm here, anything goes." I gotta be honest, I remember almost nothing until I woke up the next morning in a strange hotel room, handcuffed to a bed, naked, bite marks and bruises all over my body, and I was so uncomfortable in my southern hemisphere, honestly on both sides of the Atlantic, I didn't even want to look down there, okay? So I looked over to the other side of the bed, and there she was, sitting straight up, cigarette in hand, blowing smoke rings. And then she looked over at me, and she smiled, and she winked, and she said, "Ready for another go?" Ladies and gentlemen, that's the reason that I'm a member of Rotary. Anybody else wants to join? Raise your hands, guys. You can talk to any of the Rotarians in the room.